Hello, everyone. It's Lewis BRIGHT-RAVE on Quoth the Raven, Lewis BRIGHT-RAVE live draw for Sunday, November 8th, 2020. We'll get the drawing in just a moment. Let's see. Here we go. Today's featured characters are Kitty Pryde and Lockade. And we'll be getting to that in just a second. Okay, Los Moss says, yo, how did the Solomon Grundy inks go? Just a second. I'll share that with you. There's how it looks on the screen on Facebook. And there's, whoop, there we go, a live piece. A little bit dirtier in the original. Some of the pencil's still smeared on there a little bit, but I haven't had a chance to erase it yet. I just digitally cleaned it up before I posted it. Oh, you can take another look at that on Facebook a little bit closer later, Lost. And I can always send you a digital file later as well. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on. I probably added more and then dropped out, but I don't know. I certainly added the background, so yeah, but that's beside the point. Where's my glove? There it is. This is supposed to protect it so it doesn't get the smearing of the pencils on the paper, but it's not working like it should because it's just kind of, I don't know if you can tell, that's all lead smear in the glove. So I have to wash it out if I can later. I appreciate your thoughts, Awesome. Again, I'll send you a digital when I get a chance. Just don't let me forget, okay? Okay. This time we're doing. There we go. Hopefully, got enough light, but every time I do anything, the light from outside comes, brightens everything up. But anyway, someone mentioned to me when I was doing the Kitty Pryde that I should add Lockheed. I had not done that, so I had to kind of. Okay, cool. Appreciate that, Lawson. An FB post or an FB fan page on Facebook. I'm going to take the glove off. I can already see a smear on there. It's not supposed to be there. And that's the glove. I don't know if my other glove would do any better, but we'll see. Yeah, might, but I wouldn't risk it. Unfortunately, I have a very heavy hand when it comes to laying on the paper. I don't know why. It's probably just bad posture or something. I don't know. So how's everybody's weekend so far? I'm trying to stay busy more than anything else. Tuesday this week, sometime during the daytime, I don't know exactly what time, I will have live auctions to get rid of original art. Hopefully people will buy. It's around holiday time, folks, and it's cool to give your friends original art or prints. I would never in a million years go anywhere near my comics directly after swimming. Not even as a kid. Of course, I've never been I don't know. I'm just not that much of a fan of swimming. I don't know why. You think I would be? I mean, my parents tell me I used to love water when I was an infant. I was born in Hawaii, so that would make sense. I don't remember Hawaii though because we left when I was like 13 months old, and we lived in Alaska. You don't exactly swim in Alaska after that. And then when we got to Georgia, I was around, I guess, 5 or 6, and I just had like this complete aversion to water, and I don't know why. My dad's like, "Oh, you can swim," and he just tosses me in the water, and I just sink to the bottom. He's like, "Oh, he forgot how to swim. How the heck did that happen? I better go get him out of the door." Yeah, I think what might have happened. I don't know if this happened before or after my dad tried to throw me in the pool. Um, we're living in Savannah, Georgia, because that's where my father got stationed military wise. And there was some campground we went to that was by a river or a lake or something. And there was what was it? Yep, she called herself Sprite. Yep, I've got everything pretty much. Yeah, I've got everything from 94 to 300 in VF or better condition. That's my era of X-Men too. So, um, pretty much is the Claremont era. I only went to 300. Claremont left at 279, but I left. I stuck to 300 because it was, it was enough of a round figure to go through. It was. I was like, I'll give him a chance to prove me wrong, but I know that's going to suck, and it did. So I was like, when X-Men 300 hit the shelves. I was doing the Daniel Bryan yes chant before Daniel Bryan was even around. But anyway, yeah. Um, Back to the story in Georgia. I think what happened, like I said, we went to a campground and a water moccasin snake came out of the water. And I think that scared the crap out of me. And I think that's probably what caused it. That's my best guess, anyway. I've never really been fond of water ever since. It's like there's stuff in there. I don't want to get in there with that. Yeah, we were. Yeah, that's where we went to Alaska for that. We're stationed in. Oh, jeez, not Wainwright, was it? Yeah, I guess it was Fort Wainwright. Yeah. If you're wondering why I didn't go straight to inks on this, it's because there's certain things I'm not quite happy with yet. I figured I'd touch them up, but if I'm going to do touch up on all of it, on part of it, I'm going to might as well do the whole thing in pencils so you guys can see it before I ink it. Yeah, well, there you go. You know, you get nipped at by a fish, and you're like, "What the hell was that?" You're in a lake. It's not Jaws. It could be piranha. Yep, that's true. Hope I got that right. I'm gonna check something real quick. I'm gonna throw around here. He's only got one here, so I'm gonna do a quick double check on Lockheed's look. trying to make sure I got his mouth right, I guess you could say. Of course, it doesn't want to go to Lockheed Marble. It wants to go to Lockheed. The plane. Who cares about the plane? I don't want the plane. Hard to tell. Different people design them different ways, of course, always. I guess I got him kind of backwards. It's supposed to be the top nose is short and the mouth goes up, but oh well. I guess I'll just do it my way then. They were too skinny back then. Oh, piranha don't care. They're hungry. Ah. Me, I'm an only child. Lucky to have been born in some respects. My mother had encephalitis as a child, and it messed up her internal organs. They didn't grow to full size, they were stunted. So she had a very difficult time carrying a child. I was full term and only weighed 3 pounds, 4 ounces. So that'll give you an idea of how small her internal organs were. And she had difficulty conceiving and difficulties otherwise prior to me. Lockheed's going to be a little bit off no matter what I do, because the way I drew the body for Kitty, I couldn't exactly get the full effect of Lockheed wrapped around her shoulders, but I'm 48. Getting too rough there. Yeah, if I had had any brothers, I'd have been the younger child anyway. I do have a cousin who, it's kind of weird. Both my mother and her sister and my aunt were pregnant at the same time, and my cousin was born 3 days after me. And they had already had 2 girls and a boy, and basically my aunt had said if they had another girl, she didn't want it at first. So when my cousin was born, we were like, well, we'll come get her and adopt her and raise them as, brother and sister type thing. And once my aunt learned that, oh no, give me my kid. So that was kind of funny. I don't know if my cousin even knows that. I'm not particularly close with them, unfortunately. Being military, we're just never around one another. But it was amusing. This guy has wing kind of up close against him, and the other one's behind her head, so that's why I'm not showing it. But there we go. Now for the fun part. She said laughingly. I was torn between doing, since I'm doing the Sprite version with her hair kind of in the back, I didn't want to do the Paul Smith style version of hair, which kind of led me to a mixture of experimentation. Kind of doing it just hoping it's sort of burned but not burned. Because I don't feather the way he does. Ooh, fun. Let's see. Well, I think they were called sleazoids because I didn't know what they were originally as a race yet. But I don't know. It's been a while since I've read the comics. You mean on your page? Hey, John. That's fine. And Sunday's kind of a busy day for you to begin with. You're usually doing stuff with the church, and I know you got your other stuff going on right now too. So, something doesn't quite look right to me there. Let me look. Hmm. Again, it just depends on who's drawing it, I guess. Oop, okay. Yeah, try and give him a little more of the oval shape, diamond type diamond in the head. Okay, that's good. Okay. I need my French curve now. Sorry about that. Now here I'm not going to do as tight of a fill because I know I'm going to just fill it in black, but still kind of want to get it in there because I'm doing the hair and the feathering is going to be a bitch if I don't do it now. Pardon the language. Mm-hmm. Question for you, Austin. Who is your favorite X-Men artist? And why? And that goes for anybody else who's watching too. Okay, burn. I've seen one of your Colossuses, and I would say it was more cockrum than burn, but um, related. But that's just that particular one I've seen of yours. But I think it was kind of meant to look more like cockrum than burn. I don't know. I also think I think it depends on how you ink it, how it comes out, because both guys have a very specific way they do the metal. Um, there's a kind of a like a blockish fill in Dave's metal on Colossus. Kind of like I don't know. The best way to do it would be like if you had a muscle with the styrations, you'd have a little block band like that more than like that. Whoop, no, see, there you go. More like that. Whereas John's wasn't quite as pronounced. I've seen both of those, um, but I'm thinking the one that's by himself pretty much. Yeah, the one you sent me is what I was thinking of, and it feels like Cockrum to me, just inked um, more modern because it doesn't because you don't have the heavy fill-ins like Dave usually does on his. So maybe it's a little bit of both, but I think let me go ahead and share that real quick with everybody. Whoops, didn't do what I wanted it to do. Uh, Wrong thing. Uh, there we go. That one. There we go. Yeah. Well, no, it's definitely your thing. I just I don't know what it is. How do I explain this? If this had been inked by Austin, it would look like a really burned stuff. But no, I didn't even look in the rubble to find anything hidden. So I wasn't because I don't think I saw this particular version. I think I saw an earlier. Um, yeah, like the prelim stuff. Mm-hmm. It was a while ago. Mm-hmm. Let your friends know I'm doing this. Need someone to bid on this thing. I don't want that didn't come out the way it's supposed to either. That's really sick. Nope. Trying to find the right angle for the. That's better. Ah. Awesome. That's always fun to do. Let's see. Yeah, I see the JB. I see the Terry Austin. I see the Paul Smith. I see the Bob Wyachek. And I don't know. I guess I see the. Yeah. I definitely see the letters. I don't know if I see the sick one hammer, but either way, nice job. Ah, okay. He just sent me an image of where the sick one hammer was. Well, it's subtle, but it's obvious at the same time. Once you see it, it's there. You know it's there. But very nice layout. I'm just going to X that out. For those of you who don't know what that means, it means fill it in black later. Okay, that's that. Let's finish off the top of the head here. I should get my other pencil out for this. No control. Thanks. Originally, it didn't have Lockheed in it. It just kind of, like I said, someone mentioned it, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, that sounds like an idea. I better do that. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. Because I wasn't thinking it. I think of it like a 2-character piece almost, But it's not. It is, but it isn't. Okay. You'd be surprised how many different versions of Lockheed there are. I mean, it's crazy. Let's take a quick look at the pencils up close. In fact, let me show you something real quick about that. I think you get a real laugh of some of the looks that they got for Lockheed. It's just crazy. I want to find one of the really weird ones, if I can. Where'd it go? Just saw it a while ago. Nope, it didn't do what I wanted to do. All right. Let's see if I can share it though anyway. Can you see the top right corner? He's got this little tiny eye, and he's got scales and little bumps in his body. He's got wings that are tiny. Next to it, right next to it, you get this huge thing with huge wings. Then there's this one. Again, a lot of bumpy. Whoops. That was on a action figure, actually, on YouTube. So I can get a better close up. That's not a good close up either. Oh, well. But yeah, it's crazy. Here's another weird one. It's like, how many? What is this supposed to be? I'm not really sure. It's not app muscles. I mean, it's like people don't know how to draw. we just he's an alien. He shape changes. All right, man. See you later, John. Well, go ahead and do it. I mean, I don't know about the mustache and the goatee, but the monocle he's actually had before. I'm pretty sure. Yep, lots of variations. So let's go ahead and get to the inks. Time to take my glasses off. Whee! Since I can slapdash it, I will. Right? Feel like you're having some freedom. Yay! Unfortunately, they kind of ruined Kitty Pryde in the 90s as a character for me. Had her dating Peter Wisdom, which was Warren Ellis basically saying, "Hey, I want to screw Kitty Pryde, so I'm going to pretend I'm this character." And have fun. And when I say screw, I don't just mean metaphorical. I mean he wishes Kitty Pryde existed. Well, good. Do you have a camera? I can always invite you in to the screen yard and they can watch us draw at the same time, even. Ah, you had one, but you don't want to have one currently. Okay, that's understandable. Or maybe you've never had a camera. Yeah, I didn't for the longest time either. Ultimately, I probably never would have, but someone invited me to join a podcast as a guest, and I went and got a camera for it, and lo and behold, Ah, understand. It's not easy to do. I had a hard time setting it up for this type of live drawing. I mean, yes, I've got one that's actually a um, external camera that you can move around as opposed to when it's built in. But the thing is, just give me a second. Let me get that one. There we go. The thing is, the getting the camera to be at the right angle so that you are comfortable drawing. Because I'd rather be at my table right now doing instead of doing it in my with this board in my lap. But every where my camera's at, my hand blocks the shot for most of the drawings. We tried this before. My early live draws, and I figured that was probably part of the reason why I wasn't getting any views. If you can't see it, the best thing to do is try and get one that does an overhead shot, but I just haven't been able to afford one yet. But if I get that, people ask me what I want for Christmas. That's what I want. So buy some art. So I can buy that, and then we can do some really cool stuff. And don't worry about that little tick there. See, I wouldn't even know I screwed it up. Science of inking. For anyone who's not wondering, I'm using a Pentel brush pen. Mostly because it's just too much of a difficulty to try and ink it with traditional brush or quill while working in this position. at the table, even though I've never done it live, I do use brushes. Um, I don't really go by name brands. I find, oh, good thing I pulled the pen away. um, I find that I'm not saying any brand is bad or anything like that. I don't want to say a tool is a tool, but you can make any tool work for you, I guess, if you're determined enough and practiced enough. There's a lot of people like, don't use the cheap supplies. They don't work. Like, yeah, they do. You just have to practice with them. That's all. But no, nothing wrong with Raphael or Winsor and Newton or I got a lot of different brushes. I got entire boxes load of unused brushes. I ought to pull those out sometime and do a inking demonstration video or something with different tools, just to demonstrate, just to show what I mean. Maybe I'll do that for part of 2021 season 3. But we all tend to have our favorites too. Hmm. Wow, that's a good brush. Lasted long enough. Well, again, we all have different experiences, preferences, but the fact that yours has lasted that long is nice. Don't know very many that have brushes that have lasted that long. Well, I know that Boston's here. Who else is in? Right. For those of you who didn't see what he what he put up, I should put that back again. There, let people see it. That is true. Maintaining your brushes, really all your tools is how you make them last. I'm not being patient enough. I want to rush it. Let me slow down for a minute. Okay. That's one thing I will recommend, even when you're on a deadline. If you feel like you're going fast, slow down. Just take a breath. Get heavy on that line, but that's okay. I just got a question from someone. Am I going to color this? I don't know. I suppose I could, but I don't know. It would change the way I do things now in a way if I did, because um, different inks hold different things for coloring too. I don't know. I'll think about it. I won't rule it out completely. Let me take a break real quick here. I want to check something. I got an email from John. That's about the new show he's doing. The Diaries of Adam and Eve, which is the Genesis story, is told by Mark Twain. It's a musical, and he's the musical director, and he'll be playing music live for both casts, and he also plays the Snake. In There's two different casts, so I guess um, he's plays the Snake in the first cast A. Uh, you can see which cast will perform at which times by clicking the link below. Tickets are $15, and it runs from November 13th to the 22nd. Cool. I will actually have to share that more on my Facebook page. Just checking my Gmail account, see if anyone had bid anything. Apparently not. Nobody likes me. People like you're paying the bills. You can't pay the bills if nobody pays you to pay the bills with. But yeah, I hear that. I just kind of want to get this mostly filled in. I won't fill it in completely because it's on the edges of the paper, and I'll do that, clean it up after I'm pull it off the board. Now, I asked you who your favorite X-Men was, and you pretty much said Byrne, and that's pretty much true for me as well, Austin. My first X-Men, technically my first X-Men was 196 in 85. I've talked about this before on the show. But shortly after, um, my mother got me the Phoenix Saga trade paperback for Christmas that year, and that was like, oh, yes, this is X-Men. This is the guy I remember from when I was a kid. Because ironically, I read a lot of Byrne when I was younger, but I didn't pay attention to names. And in the military, I didn't keep my comics as much when I was younger because we're always on the move. At this point, my father retired from the military, and we were at least stationary for a while when I started collecting. But it was very funny because like everything I remembered from when I was younger was almost always Byrne or Perez. Like 90% of the stuff I got. So it was like, oh, that's who I like. Because that's who I remember. Where's it going? That's what my scrap for a second. Well, I wasn't old enough when that was coming out because he released those in '74. I was like 2 years old, so I didn't see that stuff when it first came out. I didn't see it until much later. Um, but I think I can't really tell you what my earliest burn memory is as far as that goes. Um, Burn or Perez, but it'd be around the stuff they did around 76, 77 ish. Would probably be around the time. Um, so it was a few years after that when I started doing them when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Probably when, I don't know, it might have been Burns Iron Fist, maybe? I don't know. No, it wasn't Iron Fist. I think. I'm thinking Avengers, but Avengers seems later than that because you think he followed Perez, but it's hard to remember the years. It's not that important to remember these things. It's not a sign of senility, honest. His hair is long, but then Kitty's hair always did. Maybe I should have done it like the Smith hair. I don't know. I also think part of it's my vision. Like I said, my eyes have changed rapidly lately. I don't know what's going on. I need to see an eye doctor. I think it might be my diabetes has affected my vision some because I haven't been keeping it where I wanted it, or where not where well, it's where I want it, but haven't been able to keep it at the level of blood sugar I usually can lately, and it's really weird. Not sure why. So that might have something to do with it. I don't get to see my doctor until December, so my regular doctor, that is. Of course, he's going to want me to go see my eye doctor if I don't show him something soon, because I think he didn't like something in my blood or something. They're not very good at explaining things, what their concerns are or aren't. It's very annoying. It's just like, here, take some pills. You'll be fine. Only I'm not. I guess it might have been a Marvel 2-in-1 then. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. Like I said, my first recognition of Byrne was X-Men later on, but I didn't really pay attention to the names when I was younger. Don't know why. I never even credit boxes. What are those? That's what I was like as a kid. Um, don't know why. Naive, perhaps. I don't know. I never even looked at the credits when I was young. Which, kind of foolish on my part, I suppose. Youthful naivete or whatever. But I learned. Avengers was around 7 or 8. Well, it might have been 7 or 8 when I first discovered him then. But because, like I said, it's like I remember Perez specifically in 160, and I think that was 77. And I know Byrne came after that, so. And I can't say it was Iron Fist because I don't even think I read the Iron Fist until college. Now that I think about it. But let me see, it might have been Marvel 2-in-1. This way. Another trick. If you don't want to smear, put a rag over your finished pieces. Again, I'll come back to that later. Yeah, I know he did certain books, but it's just, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Like I say, my senility is getting to me. I'm old. Have you ever stopped being a Byrne fan? I know a lot of people have. That's why I ask. I'll come back to the hair and stuff later. I just want to. to certain things here. Let me put a bit. Yeah, 80s the last of the good eras. Byrne really doesn't do all that much these days, as far as I know. He just does commissions for fans, but a lot of people stopped liking his stuff in the 90s and to early 2000s, and it's just gotten worse as the years have progressed. I know I kind of lost interest in him when he stopped doing his Next One and Danger movie books. To go back to Marvel and DC, and I was just like, yeah, I've already seen you do Marvel and DC. I don't care. So I'm not going to buy that stuff. When he does creator owned, I'm sort of interested, but that's about it. That helps some. No, it doesn't. When I start to go work, it doesn't. Oh, well. I'm just hoping I don't have to go to trifocals or something. I'm not on bifocals now. The doctor is like, as an artist, I don't recommend you doing that. I recommend you just wear different glasses for different distances and have a bunch of different pairs. You know? Which I do. I have two pairs, one for computer, one for television at a distance, and driving and stuff like that. But it's like I'm getting a different gauge on my If I get really, really close, it clears up. But if I like move like maybe 3 inches back to take a look, it all goes blue. It's like, yeah, that's no fun. That looks better. Well, I think it's more. I don't know. His body line's different than it used to be, for one thing. Plus, he's not the best thinker for himself, no matter how much he doth protest. I do like when Simonson makes it though. It's like I kind of wish that they'd pair up more often, but you probably didn't see that team up because that was on New Gods when they were working together. But that's like somewhere in the 2000s. But his artwork has a lot more flatness to it that it didn't have before. You're gonna have to show me that one because I've never seen that. That I'm aware of. Sue Storm, that's got the cat nose and 6 fingers. Huh? Okay. Just I don't remember that one. Looks like it didn't happen. I just don't remember seeing it. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Well, I see. Okay, he's showing me the image. And I have seen that image before. I never realized that it had six fingers on the one hand. I don't know about the cat nose. I mean, I don't have a problem with her nose, but yeah, I see what you're talking about with the hand. That is kind of weird that he messed that up like that. It's kind of a weird. Well, I see what the problem is. He created an optical illusion to create five fingers when he should have done something else there. Okay, that's why it has six fingers. That's okay. Yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that is kind of a weird drawing in that respect. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not the one with the cat nose. Okay. Again, I don't know. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not the best by any means. It's kind of a weird upshot to see the underneath the nose there, but okay. Yeah. It probably wouldn't look like that if he hadn't done a certain thing to it. And I can't with Pinterest, I can't enlarge it to look at it, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Eh, that's just his shorthand. Yeah. Yeah, he was showing me different things there. Yeah, nobody's perfect exactly. It's not something that I really that doesn't bother me so much. I don't know what it is. Give me a moment. I'll see if I can show you guys an example of what I mean by. Take a break for just a second while I find what I'm talking about. If I can find it. See old stuff. Um, that's on Pinterest too, of course. I hate when you do it on Pinterest. Let me look up on Comic Art Fans if I can find something of his. That way I can find something that might explain what I'm talking about. They don't have his pencils, of course. They got the final inks, which makes a difference. Okay, that'll work. And you see how kind of goofy the Joker's face is in this. It's just the proportions are weird. I mean, he's got a weird body line anyway, but the whole body here is just really goofy, and the face just looks completely. First off, the face looks too small. The head looks too small for the body. Then just the way that the proportions on the head are, even with that chin, it's just very odd looking. And this is him inking himself, of course. So you got this weird hard edge lines that really don't need to be there. Um, Another good example of John not drawing as well. Let me um, share that. Like Lawson says, there's no leg. Where's his other leg? A few other things in here. The heavy arm in the blacks there is just, like you say, it's kind of a weird roundness shape there. He drew too big for the page, is what he did in there, I think. But overall, he's just trying to fill the page up, and his proportions got all mucked up on that particular drawing. But it's a quick. Well, I can't say it's a quick sketch, but especially when he charges as much as he does. But I don't know. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he needs both. But a lot of the inkers today don't know how to ink him anyway. They really don't. And the ones that do, he can't stand because they overdraw him. Oh yeah, he's done better than that. Mm-hmm. Definitely, he's done a lot better than this. Um, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm kind of like, I don't know if are you familiar with Anthony Castrillo? Because he's kind of like a Byrne clone in a way. Um, it depends on the inker. He has no problem with Simonson inking him. He has no problem with oh geez, I can't think of his name right now. Tom Palmer likes Tom Palmer's inks, all right. But yeah, um, I was trying to find something else though. Let me give you a second here. Um, this is Byrne as well, but this is Byrne inked by Nelson. Um, and you can tell it's just completely different rendering style. And it's nice rendering style. I mean, I like Nelson's inks on it, but he hated Nelson with a passion. Hated 1,000 burning suns. Yep, that's about it. Well, that's true of any artist. I mean, let's be honest. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We're all imperfect illustrators. Perez went through his era of bad art too when he was, and that's before his eye went bad. I'm talking in the 90s when he kind of, I don't know what's the phrase, kind of like Shawn Michaels in WWE, he lost his smile and didn't seem to care, just took the paycheck. He had a lot of years of that in the 90s. And he's talked about that. How embarrassed he is in retrospect. But you mentioned you were familiar with Anthony's work. Cool. Yeah, I like Anthony's stuff. He has a kind of a retro burn look on some of his stuff. Not all of it. He has his own style, but and he can draw like Windsor Smith, and he can draw like other artists as well. I just wish artists like that got more opportunities than they seem to. It's like I don't want to pay for the big dollars for the big guys, the names, but I won't hire the guys that can draw like that. But I'll hire all these guys who draw like me because I'm Jim Lee. So, what are you drawing? Since you said earlier that I got you going there, Austin. Obviously, you can't show it because your camera is what it is. But Well, you could show it. You could always scan it when it's ready. Post it. Or even in media res. Ah, cool. Mm-hmm. You're definitely an old school guy. ECE. Ah, Austin really did help John a lot in those days. Uh, it's hard to tell because I mean it was so where you see pencils from that era before they were inked, but John had very very flat pencils when he started. Austin really gave him depth perception. And I think that's kind of the difference. He still has flat pencils. Just when he inks himself, it just doesn't. He doesn't know how to not have it be flat. Yeah, it was tight, but it was flat too. So it was kind of like. Oh, come on. I wish I had my old photocopies of the old burned pencils I could show, but it doesn't matter. It's like I say, it's all it is what it is. He's human. He's not. Let's get, yeah. Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, my eyes aren't looking at it very cleanly right now because my one eye's bugging me. But yeah, that's the old stuff from unpublished issue. But yeah, I've got stuff. I just don't have it on this computer. It's on my second computer, and I can't like switch over and show that on the camera. That's all. And like you say, it's just burn. It is what it is. It's not. He's not perfect, and Terry did a lot more than just adding zip and patterns, though. Go back and look at that pinup of Jean and Scott, where Jean's got her hand in the water and Scott's standing behind her with her shoes in his hand. And you can see how stiff and one-dimensional Scott's figure is in the pencils. And in comparison to the rest of the page, it loses the depth perception. And Terry had to bring that out. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to say and Byrne got better at doing that over the years, of course, but back then it was about, for him, I think it was just getting as tight as possible. I think he loosened up, but got better design placement figure wise for a while, and then I don't want to say he regressed. I just think he changed his way he holds a pencil and stuff like that, because you can tell some of his stuff looks like he's penciling with the side of the pencil, whereas he always used to use the tip of the pencil. Time is it? Okay. It's getting a little bit cloudy outside. Go ahead and turn on the light real quick. Much better. Wow. Sorry. So I didn't even see all the stuff you're posting there. Yeah, needed line weight. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. A little bit later for me, but around, yeah, I could see what you're saying. All right, Lawson, have a good one. I'm gonna finish this up. It's almost done. Probably another 5-10 minutes, the most. I just gotta like, I'm jumping around the page because my eyes are getting kind of wonky. Okay, just a second. Like I said, my eyes are starting to really bother me. I've been working on it too long. It seems like it only go about 2.5 to 3 hours, and I've been working a lot more than that. Not specifically on this piece, but I've been working on other things today. And I don't know if I'm going to do this in color or not, but if I do, yeah, I'm thinking I'm not. I'm thinking I'm just going to leave it as is and be done with it. Just finish this little thing here with Lockheed's neck. If I do decide to do anything, I might add more background to it to give it a little bit more. No, not even that. I'm done with it. Sorry, I'm overthinking. Okay, that's that. That's that. Mm-hmm. I'm a little, I don't know. Something about the head just doesn't look right. It's the line right here. I need to thicken it. Yeah, that looks better. Now I gotta do it consistently around. That'll do. So I'm just going to take the bottom tape off over here. Grab my little scrap sheet. Voila. Well, I didn't get any bids. I didn't really have any watchers too much. I mean, I had Boston and John, but Boston will get something from me sooner or later. Like if something sparks his attention, and John's got tons of stuff for me already, so it doesn't really matter. I don't necessarily expect him to. So there you go. And of course, now the light's too bright. There you go. And it is autographed. Okay, now, as I said, there are other things I'm working on. First, I'm working on a t-shirt design still, a third one. But people have been wondering about the Titan piece that I did a while back during Gary Shipman's visit on the show. And this was the, here, turn that off. That was the original of that. I'm doing a remake of it, and that will be penciled later today and sent to Gary to ink. I put a background with it, and I changed some things about the figure and make it more, hopefully, more correct. I don't know, but it'll be done tonight. Hello. Just this thing. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Or goodbye. This is the end of the video. Oh, wow. Unless this was off center. Weird. Anyway, it's a nice little wizard shirt that I wear. But I didn't realize it was that off centered when I put this shirt on. That's weird. Well, maybe it's just my body. I'm too fat and everything's off to one side somehow. I'm disproportionate like everybody else. Anyway, let's see what we got going on here. If you want to bid on the Kitty Pryde and Lockheed piece, starting bid is 20. So if you're interested, email me at the address on the screen, Quoth-RAVE LBR 72. I do have prints and other stuff for sale as well. All that stuff will be on Tuesday's show. I don't know what time, but we'll be doing auctions of other pieces that are finished. And I'm not going to do a Monday rant tomorrow or anything like that. I have everything reason to rant, but I'm not going to. I got too many other things to do. One of which is calling my eye doctor. Make sure that I can get an appointment, hopefully, before the end of the year. Probably not, but we'll try. But anyway, I'm going to do the Titan piece later today, and then I'm going to send that off to Gary. And then hopefully on Tuesday, I'll be able to show you guys the artwork for the t-shirts. And you guys can be able to order that online. Right now, I've got 2 out of 3 pieces done, but I'm having an issue with the t-shirt maker. I need to find out what's going on with them about that, because I want to make sure the shirts print well. And if you don't see that thing in the corner back there, that's the kitty cat. That is Midnight. He wants attention. He wants to be part of the show. As always, come here. You want to be up here. Come on. There he is. Now he wants to sit in my lap. And now he's happy. Look at the screen, dum-dum. What's the matter? Don't want to look at the screen now? Or are you just jealous because the whole world gets to see me and you don't get no attention? Now he's not going to get up. He's just going to lay in my lap. That makes sense. Typical cat. But anyway, so I will see you guys on Tuesday. At some point. I don't know exactly when. And we'll talk again on Tuesday with the auction. And then on Thursday, we'll have our regular show for the week. And then Friday, I don't think I'm going to try to do a live draw on Friday this week coming up, but I just don't know. This depends on how busy I get with other things. I do have to talk to a couple of people about some commissions as well. So until then, have a good day, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. If you want to reach me, you contact me on Facebook at Lewis.BRIGHT-RAVE, DeviantArt.com/BrightRaven, on YouTube at Quoth-RAVE Lewis BRIGHT-RAVE, at Gmail, Quoth-RAVE LBR72@gmail.com, and at Yahoo, LewisBrightRaven@yahoo.com. As I said, the regular podcast airs Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or Standard Time. We'll see you tomorrow, or Tuesday, actually. So have a good day.